Okay, so we're talking about height now. So this is a screenshot I took from a girl on Hinge. Green flags I look for, over 6 feet, right? So she has a height preference. She's 5'3", so over 6 feet. And this is just one. I see this fairly consistently on dating apps and Hinge. To me, it's like there's a prompt for height on Hinge. I don't know if that's the case on other dating apps, but I don't see, to me, it doesn't make sense to, and I'm just going to switch it back here, Chris. To me, it doesn't make sense to put that in the app when you can just see what the guy's response is. To me, I'm going to feel a certain type of way about, like, to me, that's just very judgy. So thoughts on people being so overt with their preferences like that on a dating app? No? Okay.
I mean, I think that's kind of like what the dating app is for. I've never been on one, but I assume you're going on there and you're looking for your specific preference. So why would you, like, I don't know, why would you go on there if you don't want to get with someone?
So you've never been on the dating app?
No.
Okay, got it. Relly, your take on that?
I've been on all of them.
Have you been on, what dating apps have you been on?
Tinder, Bumble, Hinge.
Any others?
Field.
Any other? What?
The fuck is Field?
What is that?
What about?
Thank you.
Prettiest girl rated herself 7.5. Meanwhile, some land animals be rating themselves 10s. SMH.
Okay, thank you, Mike Davis. Seeking arrangements, have you been on?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, because that's kind of a dating app-ish. I mean, it's a dating website.
Well, I have a very specific type.
Wait, are you a sugar
it's
baby?
It's like hard to find.
Are you a sugar baby?
No. No.
No? Okay.
I'm a rich girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a trophy girlfriend. I'm not a sugar baby.
Translation sugar baby. Okay, go ahead.
I date guys my age and close to my age.
Sure.
Are you asking my thoughts on the girl with her height preference?
Yeah.
Well, okay, 2 things. I feel like everybody has a preference. Some people are just more straight up about it and other people aren't. And second of all, I feel like anything you see on someone's dating profile is like not really to be taken seriously, because they're all just like talking points and icebreakers. Like at the end of the day, if you put something on your profile, you want it to elicit conversation from someone. So I guess it's not really a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I agree. I think everybody has their own preference, and I think maybe it's a good thing, because if you're offended by that or you're somebody under 6 feet, you probably wouldn't be interested in that girl either. So that's kind of like your cue to swipe left on them.
Okay. And Miss Platinum, did you miss
the height thing?
Did you see that or no?
So you were saying like it's.
Here, I'll just pull it up. Okay, so this is on Hinge, 23. She's 5'3". Green flags I look for, over 6 feet. So presumably it's a red flag if they're under 6 feet. Thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I feel like everybody likes their own thing, so she's just making it very clear what she's looking for.
Okay, so I have a question. I have a question for the panel. Or maybe I want to. Do I want to pull up the next one? Actually, you know what? Chris, why don't you control tab over to the next one first before I give my take? Okay. Oh, shit. Wait, this isn't one that I want to. Okay, we'll come back to that one. So in the other one, she says that, she's got this height preference. Would you take quarrel with a guy would you take quarrel with a guy who stated in his Hinge prompt that it's a green flag if a woman's under 130 pounds?
I just think I'd choose not to even talk to him. I mean, if you want a woman that's under 130 pounds, I don't think that's the vast majority. So.
Well, only 15% of the male population is over 6 feet.
Well, then that's like.
That's not the vast majority of men.
I guess it.
What was the percentage?
15% of men are over 6 feet.
Yeah.
I believe it's 15%.
I mean, like me personally, if I saw that in a bio, I wouldn't go for him. But then that can be the same way if a guy sees, oh, I want somebody over 6 foot, then I'm not going to go for her.
Mhm.
I think even a guy that's 6 foot, that would speak about how that
Yeah, if
person
that's
is, and
how
they'd be
you're,
like,
like,
nah, I'm good.
Thinking of people, then
For me, if a girl has that in her profile, I know she's probably toxic. To me, that's the what I'm getting.
yeah.
So, really?
I feel like surface level stuff like that really just shows people's true intentions, and which is probably just to hook up with you or use you for your looks or however much you weigh. And I don't really agree with either side of doing that, like saying I want a guy with a 6-pack, or like obviously it helps, but I'm not gonna go out and say that I only want a guy with a 6-pack on my profile, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, there's like only so much of your personality that you can convey on a dating app profile. So like at the end of the day, everybody's just swiping left or right on you, mostly based on your physical appearance. So it's just a shallow thing in general.
I agree. I feel like if I see a guy put that in his bio, then that's my sign to swipe left. I mean, everybody has their preference. I'm not shaming them. You know, if you're into skinnier women, that's your preference. That means that I'm not for you and you're not for me.
Okay. But all of you seemed kind of okay with the previous one.
No,
With
I
the
mean,
girl
I
who
said the
said
same
it's 6
thing.
feet.
If that's not your thing, then she's not for you.
Fair
If,
enough.
you know, you think she's toxic, then swipe left.
But would you agree
Same
that that's
thing
toxic?
with the guy. That's if a guy says that, I would assume like, you know, he's a very toxic person. Because to put that in a dating app, I would personally swipe left.
But how about for the girl? Do you think that was toxic? Do you guys
yeah,
think?
I
Yeah,
personally
okay.
do think
Alright.
so.
Cool. So we're on the same page about that.
Jacob, any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, kind of just what Tristan said. But like going back to that picture that you accidentally brought up.
Okay, yeah, we'll bring it up right
Yeah.
now.
What the hell is this?
So this is a
It's
conversation
big.
on Tinder. This has been out for a while now. So she asks, I guess on Tinder, I haven't been on Tinder in a while, but there's not a height field, is there? Or did they add that? Anyways, this was before Tinder had like a height field, so people weren't always putting height in their bio. She asks, how tall are you? He says 6'3", why? Oh, she says, oh, good. And then he asks, how heavy are you? And then she gets offended. And she says, what? And he says, what are the numerical digits that appear on the scale when you proceed to apply your weight into it? And she says, why does that matter?
He sounds like an incel.
What? But
But
Wait, what about the girl?
But what about
Well,
that?
no,
She asked
okay.
how tall. Okay, let's bring
She
it to the
shouldn't have
panel.
asked that either. I think it's toxic on both ends.
But automatically you went to the guy though. You didn't
Yeah.
say like,
Yeah.
But let's
I guess
let's
that was
go
a
from
little
here.
bit-
Your take.
Well, yeah, I agree that both sides are toxic. I think, like, going off of her, we'll probably go after the guy first just because there's, like, girl connection. You're not going to want to, like, see the wrong in her. But they're both toxic, in my opinion.